Hi guys, welcome to Top 3, a new series I'm starting where I go through the 3 stories that you missed from yesterday. The point of this is because we're all busy. We all have things to do and places to be, and sometimes we miss out on the biggest news out there. So I'm going to run through some of the top stories I think you should be aware of, but sometimes it's also because I find it interesting. I'm also going to be limiting it to just 3. I know it's hard, and occasionally I may mention 5. Okay, no, I won't mention 5. I'll stick with 3 and 3 only. We're all busy. The goal of this series is going to be just to be short, sweet, to the point. All right, so let's get going. First, let's take a look at the overall indexes for Monday. Now, as we see, the S&P 500 really was not a big change, just 0.18%. Same with the NASDAQ, 0.87%, with the Dow actually down a little bit by 0.18. Is this something we need to worry about? No, it's a relatively flat market. But you know what? Let's go into one of the stocks that I think everybody talks about nonstop, and it's something that I'm going to have to talk about because it's Tesla. All right. Tesla has announced a big quarter. It's actually, I think, pretty good. When you look at their history, they've now done 7 quarters of profit. That's the longest consecutive amount of quarters that they've made money. They did about $10.39 billion in revenue. And on that money, they've actually reported an income of $438 million. Now, that is pretty big. We see China growing at the same time. There are some controversies over there. You may have seen some news reports where police in one of the cities were just pulling over Teslas. We don't know a lot about that, but we do know this. Tesla was a pioneer and is the pioneer of electric vehicles in the marketplace. Yeah, there was the Prius that was out years before Tesla, but Tesla was truly the first full electric, incredible electric car that's now brought it mainstream. They do have a lot of competition, and I think that's why you're seeing their stock stay pretty level. It's not really skyrocketing to the moon, but it's also not cratering down to nothing. I think Tesla will be out there. Remember, I'm not providing financial advice. I'm kind of just providing you guys a little bit of commentary and what I think will happen. Now, remember, Tesla has this huge head start, but the other car makers are coming for them. That includes GM, who's releasing the Hummer all electric. I think they're going to have a great time selling those. They're actually doing a similar thing as Tesla, that they're starting out with the higher priced vehicles and then moving into those lower priced vehicles. Now, Ford is also embarking on theirs. They've released a similar product as what the Escalade has, or GM with lane control, etc. Pretty cool if you ask me. But the next story is the one that I think we're all going to be shocked about, which is Toyota. Now, Toyota is known to be, heavy on hydrogen gas vehicles, and they've just now started going, finally, into electric vehicles, but they've bought Lyft's autonomous car division. This is huge, okay? Toyota has been on a buying spree over the last several years, and in fact, they were supposed to be showing off their electric car, their autonomous car at the Tokyo Olympics. Now, because of COVID and all those crazy things happening in the world, they weren't able to do it, but we're starting to see their strategy. They broke ground on Woven City. Woven City is their testing ground. I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see this car division testing their vehicles in that new city. Now, what is the deal? Well, They're going to be buying this for $550 million. They're going to be paying Lyft $200 million upfront. And then over 5 years, they're going to be paying Lyft $350 million. Now, this isn't crazy amount of money. It's not the billions that you hear about, Apple's acquisitions or the other acquisitions, but this is a good chunk of change. Now, Toyota's gonna have, some level of difficulty integrating this into their other divisions. But honestly, Toyota is a pretty advanced company. They've come up with some of the leading project management strategies, just-in-time manufacturing. Toyota, if there's one company I think can do this, it's Toyota. All right, so what does Lyft get out of this other than $550 million? Well, they get to say that they're profitable earlier than if they didn't, because they're saving around $100 million in operating expenses. That's huge, okay? So everything costs money in this world, and when you can shave off a few $1 million in expenses every year, guess what? You are positioning yourself more towards the top of the pack. Now, Lyft and Uber have been fighting back and forth, right? They butt heads over and over. Uber actually sold off their division. They've sold off a few divisions over the past few years, including their autonomous flight division or electric helicopter UAV things, as well as some of their cars. Now, I believe that Uber and Lyft, of course, will be the largest autonomous flight fleets in the world, because that's where they make their money. And if you can stop paying drivers, you can pocket that money, and that's what Uber and Lyft have been wanting to do with their autonomous car network. Now, on to our last subject. This is a little bit different. This is actually, some people might zone out here, but it has to do with Microvision. Now, Microvision is a small cap company. They're pretty small. And if you've heard anything about them, they've gone to the moon like GME. It is a meme stock. They're being heavily mentioned on Wall Street Bets, which is a subreddit on Reddit, of course, hence subreddit. I don't know why I had to say that twice, but I did. So they increased 47% yesterday. That is astonishing. It's a huge move, but not as huge as the 391% they've increased just this year. Now, like I said, they are a meme stock from Wall Street Bets. They are an actual, they're an interesting company, to be honest with you. When I looked at them, I said, I actually might want to invest in them. I'm not sure. I haven't done full due diligence on them and say, they're worth this much or that much. So I can't really tell you if I would. So please remember, no investment advice. Not here, ever. Now, of course, like GME, there is a short position. 29.37 million shares sold short as of Friday's close last week, of course. Last Friday, 4 days ago now. This is coming out on Tuesday. So, and that was an increase of 1.4 million shares over the previous 7 days. So we are seeing an interesting thing play out. And I think we're going to see that short action increase, and we're going to see the purchases increase as well. And I think you're going to see some short squeezes, perhaps. It'll be interesting, and it'll be fun to watch as it goes. Now, reminder, guys, I'm doing this because I enjoy finance, and I hope you do as well. This is the top 3 finance stories you missed. Remember, Tesla, Toyota, Microvision. You now have talking points to talk about with all your coworkers, and perhaps you'll look into these articles on Yahoo, CNBC, or The Verge. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and please like and subscribe to Money Isn't Hard. Appreciate ya, and have a good one.